In this video, we'll discuss how to write formulas for ionic compounds. Remember that ionic compounds are compounds that are composed of cations bonded to anions. The bond is due to the electrostatic attraction. In other words, the cations being positive are attracted to the anions, which are negative, kind of like magnets. The overall charge of the compound has to equal 0, even though there are individual ions that have positive and negative charges. When you write the formula or name ionic compounds, you write it as cation first and then the anion. So let's look at some examples. If you have sodium ions and nitrate ions, what's the formula? So we have sodium and nitrate ions. You notice a positive one and a negative one. So this formula is really easy. We have one sodium and one. So one sodium, one nitrate. So you write the formula as NaNO3. One sodium, one nitrate. Remember, we do not include the charges in the formula. Next example, sodium and sulfate. Notice the positive 1 sodium and the sulfate has a negative 2. So 1 sodium and 1 sulfate does not equal 0. We need to add another sodium. That's 2 sodium and then 1 sulfate. So you write the formula as Na2 because there are 2 sodiums, SO4. Remember, you do not include the charges in the formula. Next example is sodium and carbonate ions. 1 minus 2 does not equal 0. We need another sodium ion. That gives you 2 sodium, 1 carbonate. So 2 sodium, 1 carbonate, you write the formula as Na2CO3. 2 sodium, 1 carbonate. Remember, there are no charges when you write the formula for an ionic compound. In the next example, sodium and phosphate ions. 1 sodium, 1 phosphate does not equal 0. 2 sodium, 1 phosphate does not equal 0. But 3 sodium and 1 phosphate does equal 0. So 3 sodium, 1 phosphate, you would write the formula Na3 because there are 3 sodium and PO4 because there's 1 phosphate. Next example, barium and nitrate ions. 1 barium and 1 nitrate does not equal 0. 2 minus 1 does not equal 0. We need another nitrate. So 1 barium and 2 nitrates. 1 barium, 2 nitrates. So the formula is BaNO3 2. Notice that we keep this NO3 together. We don't change the NO3 at all. It's NO3. There are 2 nitrates, so we put the NO3 in parentheses with a 2 as a subscript. 1 barium, so we only have 1 barium, and then 2 nitrates. You use the parentheses to show that there are 2 nitrates. Now we have barium and permanganate. 1 barium and 1 permanganate does not equal 0. 2 minus 1 does not equal 0. So you add another permanganate. 1 barium and 2 permanganates. 1 barium, 2 permanganates. So the formula is BaMnO4 2. Notice the 4, we keep the 4, we don't change that, it's still MnO4. But since there are 2 MnO4s, we put that in parentheses with a little 2 as a subscript. Again, you have 1 barium, so just 1 Ba, and then 2 permanganate. We have barium and carbonate. 2 minus 2 is 0, so 1 barium, 1 carbonate. 1 barium and 1 carbonate, the formula is just BaCO3. So BaNO3, barium and nitrate. 1 barium and 1 nitrate does not equal 0. 2 minus 1 does not equal 0. Add another nitrate. Now you have 2 minus 2, which does equal 0. So that's 1 barium and 2 nitrates. 1 barium, 2 nitrates, BaNO3, 2. You keep the NO3, you don't change that at all, but we have 2 of them. So you put the NO3 in parentheses with a 2 as a subscript to tell us there are 2 nitrates. Ba, there's only one Ba, so Ba. Okay, well, hopefully that helps.